And let's bring in our special guest
Hey,
of the
I
night.
was 1 minute early. Gosh, I could just sit here
It's
quietly.
okay.
You know, don't come
my
too
minute
early, don't come
early,
too early to my
posted-
party.
Well, I posted my minute early. I posted on Twitter. People, you need to follow that. Let it all hang out. Diego Barros. Oh my God! There's no one that will find another man more beautiful.
Hey,
Oh,
I gotta check
okay.
him out. Thank you.
It's in Twitter, the spelling, and then Kyle Hynek. Oh, he walks around in shorts and sweats, and it's flopping around. Daily posts from both of these guys. Steve,
Okay.
new porn. Just look them up.
Okay, not only are you too early for the party, you're taking over the show. So you need let me introduce you properly. Our special our special guest is Kevin Thomas, who is like my family member, my big brother, one of my best friends, and a lover and knows so much about the film industry. We're going to talk about his YouTube channel coming up. He has some great recommendations. Kevin Thomas, welcome to Tags Live. How are you?
First, I'm sorry if I was early and misspoke. I apologize to all.
Darling, don't worry, you're our guest. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you. I was just watching the show, ready to masturbate because you guys like talk about sex stuff. Here's what's good about today's world. You can masturbate from Twitter. And then you could go to like Pornhub and just do words like facial, gay, big dick facial. You get a lot of choices there.
Just don't do it on a Zoom call and get caught.
Already taking notes.
Already taking notes. And then screen mirroring. Oh, you could take your little phone and then put that on the TV. It's like watching a movie.
Oh, are we making a movie?
Well, Kevin, we've got a lot
I don't
to
know
talk
if you
about.
want to make a movie with your TNA that you love. You can feel free.
Well, Kevin, we got a lot to cover with,
Okay.
and plus, we're going to play a fun game at the very end of this, which I'm really excited about who we're thirsting after these days. But to get things started, I think a lot of us have forgotten that the Oscars, the Academy Awards, is still going to happen, and we're all wondering what's nominated. And I know you are a film buff. You know so much about this. We're going to talk about your YouTube channel. But what's some films right now that we could be watching in this pandemic to get ahead of? First of all, is there going to be an Oscars?
Yes. So it's changed a little, of course. So the eligibility period now ends at the end of February instead of tomorrow. It's usually a year-to-year thing. And the Oscars will be on April 25th, the day after Barbra Streisand's birthday. So enjoy Barbara and then the Oscars. But not that there's really anything good about this stupid pandemic. And everybody put your mask on, stay healthy. But because we're watching movies I love that mask.
Kevin gave me this mask, which I love. So, yes.
Well, you're a Madonna girl. But,
yes.
I mean, a tiny silver lining is you could watch a lot of Oscar contenders at home. And because there's so many platforms, you don't need to spend that $20. You know how now spend $20 and rent a movie, which really isn't unreasonable. But because there's so many platforms, you could watch a lot of free ones, which is actually going to be my YouTube channel this week. So this is sort of a sneak preview. So if you want to, I could tell you some you could watch at home for free if you subscribe to those channels.
Okay, so what's some of the free picks that you want to tell us about that we could be watching that would be potentially nominated for an Oscar?
Right. Well, first of all, I don't talk about the common things that everybody should know, like Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and The Trial.
I loved it.
7.
So good. It was so good.
Okay. But if you're a HBO person, this woman now needs our help to get nominated because she's just starting to win critics' prizes. It's never, rarely, sometimes, always. I always get that title mixed up. Those are the questions that I ask.
Repeat that one more time.
Never, rarely, sometimes, always. Those are the answers to questions you get. Like if you go to a doctor's office, do you feel this? Never, rarely, sometimes, always. But the young woman
in that order, right?
Yes. Sydney Flanagan, she is a very young new actress. She's already won a couple of awards for Best Actress. It's free if you have HBO. And to me, I ripped my heart out. It's about a young woman who's 16 and she gets pregnant, and her father cares more about the dog than her. So she doesn't share with her family any stories. So she goes from Pennsylvania to New York to take care of it. So we have 48 hours with her with no money, trying to get things done without any adult help. I was biting my fingers, and it's really gotten great reviews. The audience doesn't like it as much as I do. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's a 99 with critics, which is almost perfect, but the audience only gives it a 20. But
Okay.
winning a lot
I'm
of
going to
awards.
check it out. All right. What else do you got?
Well, if you're an Amazon person, I didn't even know of this movie, even though I have Amazon Prime, until it started winning Best Actor awards. The Sound of Metal. It's about a guy who's in a metal band, and because you're hearing that sound all day, he starts to go deaf. Well,
Oh my God. I watched it.
Wasn't he amazing?
And, oh my God. I can't believe
nominated. They're going to think of, like, you know, all these other actors, but
he was in an HBO show, Kevin, as well.
Yeah. And
the night of.
He won an Emmy for that. He was also Emmy nominated for Guest
Cody,
Girl.
this movie.
I gotta watch it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I tried to recommend, I tried to tell a friend of mine to watch it and he couldn't get into it. But Kevin, I loved it. And I have a huge crush on him anyway. I think he's gorgeous. And
what's his name? Do you know his name?
Yeah, Riz Ahmed. R-I-Z-A-H-M-E-D. So he's winning a lot of critics' prizes and nominations, and so is the co-star Paul Raci. So that movie, I think,
such a good movie.
It's so good.
Okay.
Your friends here, they should know. Then if you're, and Steve, you're going to love this one too, because I know you like this movie.
Okay.
Now, I follow this site called Gold Derby, which kind of is the horse race of Oscars, where critics and experts kind of start predicting the awards, but they start really early. So sometimes the ranking changes like a horse running down a track. Sometimes movies that get all this buzz end up flopping and not even getting nominated. Like last year, The Goldfinch was going to be up for Best Picture, Best Director. The writer won a Pulitzer Prize for the book. The movie came out and bombed, so then it left the list.
Wow.
But so this movie, the lead actress and support, I'm building up a drum roll. The lead actress and supporting actress were once the leaders on Gold Derby to win Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress.
Hey, keep it going, Kevin.
But people didn't really like it. So it's so the lead actress is off the list, but Glenn Close in Hillbilly Elegy.
Oh my God, I loved it, Kevin.
Yeah, but
you've seen everything, Steve. Wow.
Because of Kevin.
But you know, really, this.
Because Kevin and my sister, they told me about. Say the title one more time.
Hillbilly Elegy. It's a Ron Howard film. It was like, oh, this is going to be all the Oscar buzz. Well, a lot of people didn't like it. Critics liked it less. So it's sort of falling off the ranking. But Glenn Close is still hanging on to 5th place in Gold Derby. But it could change. Gold Derby really isn't the answer. It's people's opinion. But Glenn.
And you know how I am about my Glenn.
Oh my!
Like, I need.
Oh my gosh,
she needs to win one. Has she ever won an Oscar?
Get me started. Do not get me started.
And she has never won. But it's the perfect type of nomination. She wears makeup. She doesn't look like herself. She has an accent. She's a grandma with a heart of gold, but she's kind of a
Vivian Mead loved the film. Yes, I see.
Yes, Vivian Mead loved it. So those are the ones that are free, but don't have. They need a push.
I love it. And Kevin, send me a few more if you want, and we'll put it up on tagspodcast.com, your picks. We've got to move on, though. You are a part every single year in Palm Springs. You're a curator of the web segment of Cinema Diverse, which is a Film Palm Springs Film Festival, you curate the web series every year. Obviously, this year you weren't able to do that because of the pandemic and it was canceled. Hopefully, you'll be back next year. But what's some web series? Because so many web series get overlooked, and there's some really great ones. And I think at this time we could all benefit from watching them as we're all home looking for new content and fresh content.
I'll tell you 3 quick ones. Well, as quick as until you tell me to shut up. But I actually did my best of on my YouTube channel. I made a playlist for Cinema Diverse because I love everything entertainment, but web series are harder to find. They could be 2 minutes long or 25. There's no time. But 3 that I picked, one of them I thought would be good for your audience, Daddy Hunt. Now, we all know Daddy Hunt is an app for bears and older men, younger men. This series
Cody, we might be looking for a daddy sometime soon.
I was going to say, that sounds like my life. Is it a movie based on my life? What's going on?
Simmer down now. Simmer down.
Well, actually, the lead actor of Daddy Hunt lives in New York, and I interviewed him. He's such a sweetheart, Jim Newman. But the good thing about this is not only is it well-crafted, it's romantic, it's sexy. You could watch the entire first season in 15 minutes because each episode is like 2 minutes.
And what's the general premise of it?
Like Jim Newman plays a daddy, and some younger guy moves into his building. Sparks fly, texts happen. They meet on the roof, and then you'll have to watch it.
I've seen this one. Finally, I've seen something.
You have?
Yes, it's good. I really, really enjoyed it.
I'm watching it this weekend.
Yeah, you could watch all 3 seasons in an hour. Another good one from another New Yorker, Don't Suck. You know what? It doesn't.
You mean like... Sorry, audio audience. I was doing the sucking a cock on with air quotes.
Oh, I like the way you would explain that to these intelligent.
Because this gets repackaged.
But Don't Suck is from this really clever guy named Tyler Martin, where he goes kind of from like a Texas to New York, and it's kind of like the fish out of water. But he's so funny. He has great delivery. It's a really good show, very well watched. Don't Suck Doesn't Suck. But that's not the title. Nice. The title is just Don't Suck.
And for many of these, can we find on YouTube or where can we?
All completely on YouTube for free.
I will put these on tagspodcast.com as well.
Okay, good. My final one, because I see you have some women watching, and I love good content. A lot of times gay men follow gay things, lesbians follow women things. I just follow good things. But Take One Thing Off. That's the name of the show. But when you're looking for it on YouTube, Scout.
You didn't mean.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Not you.
Okay, I thought it was an instruction.
Cody,
I take the direction, Kevin.
Yeah, no, Cody, you've been talking about liking dicks. Go ahead, Cody. Take one thing off.
Easy. Get that plunging.
So anyway, look up Scout Durwood on YouTube. Follow her channel. She has a series called Take One Thing Off. It's sort of like a video album. Scout is funny. She could write. She could edit. She could sing. I'm in love with her, and yet I like dick. Because she is so funny.
Cody,
I love that motion.
Cody, I can't see if you can read any comments before we move on to our next topic with Kevin.
Lake Mrs. Palm Springs.
Oh.
Atlanta.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? This brings up an interesting point. What's your favorite thing about Palm Springs?
I like Palm Springs that I'm a little older than most people, and that's kind of where they go. I like that everyone I have ever met there is super friendly. I don't even like the heat, but I'm an air-conditioned person. So as long as you got something blowing in my face, I made that a double entendre. I'm happy. And actually, the Cinema Diverse Film Festival, cinemadiverse.org, it's my favorite film festival because it's only like 3 or 4 days. Mostly they're 10 days, and then all of a sudden you're watching gays with hangnail movies. Like they run out of topics sometimes. This is sort of concise, to the point, and the whole city, everyone I've met there is so embracing and wonderful. And all those LA Hollywood people, they end up moving there. I've met so many people from LA that now live in Palm Springs.
Well, while we have you here, we want to play a fun game with you on who we're thirsting over. But before we do that, you can watch Kevin's YouTube channel where he goes over these every single week in great detail than he's even done here. You can go to youtube.com/Real Kev, REELKEV, Real Kev. You can also follow him at Real Kev on Twitter, and on Instagram, he's at Real Kevo.
Yeah, somebody stole the Real Kev on Twitter.
Damn it.
Instagram, and they've never even posted one thing. If anybody worked for Instagram, I've been trying to get him to give it up.
Well, let's play a fun game because we love the movies. And, you know, I have really grown accustomed, and Kevin, you can attest to this, of TCM, the classic movie channel, in this pandemic. And my mom, we compare movie notes, and I realized that I've been thirsting over actors, but people online. And I wanted to play a game where we could do a couple rounds of who we're thirsting over. And I'll start the game off here. And Kevin knows that we all love Alfred Hitchcock. I have behind me somewhere the whole collection, but one of his movies was a smaller film called Marnie. And it stars who, Kevin?
Tippi Hedren and Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, many of you would know, would go on to be the original, and you know I love a good OG, 007. And in this film of Marnie, he is everything to me. He's got the accent, he's got the chin line, he is so, like, I want to run away with him. He's European, he's masculine.
You need some alone time.
Oh,
what's going on over here?
I already had it with Marnie, and I was like in love. Sean Connery and Marnie, and actually, I would argue many of the OG 007s gets my pick as my thirsting after. Kevin, who are you thirsting after, or who have you thirsted after?
Well, I'm very thirsty. But when you said Sean Connery and Alfred Hitchcock, that reminded me, and she's one lucky bitch, Tippi Hedren in The Birds, Rod Taylor.
Oh,
He is so hot. She went all the way to Bodega Bay to get the ass, man, right? And he is so beautiful too. And he's in this cute movie with Jane Fonda called Sunday in New York, which people should look up. It's kind of a not really known film, but he is so sexy. I could drink a big glass of that. In fact, I gotta have a little water just to do the thirst right now.
I love him. I love him.
Cheers.
Well, I'll drink water.
Cody.
My bartender's not available at this time, but she is watching the show.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Cody,
we'll accept it.
Who are you thirsting after? Who have you thirsted after?
So when you asked me the question, the first thing that came to my mind was Rob Lowe, of course. But then when you said TCM, all that I could think of was Paul Newman back in the day, and Cool Hand Luke.
In what?
And Cool Hand Luke.
Oh, look at you.
Wasn't he in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof too?
Yes.
Yes.
Those piercing blue eyes.
Ooh, yes.
Well,
all day.
His character was gay in Cat on Hot Tin Roof, but movies in the 50s didn't allow that to happen.
Really?
You gotta figure it out. Come on, he's not fucking Elizabeth Taylor. If you don't fuck Elizabeth Taylor, you're gay.
Yes. I would fuck Elizabeth Taylor. I mean,
and you're gay.
And I'm gay.
Right.
So there we go.
There it is.
That's a good one. Paul Newman.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right.
Okay, so I'm back. So one of my favorite things right now is I've never really been into actors so much, but recently I found myself having these crushes on all these YouTube sensations. So there's people like Fraser Wilson. I know you're not going to know these people, but you look them up. Rowan Rowe, Gabe Saturno. These are people I'm doing their workouts, and I have these crushes on these guys. And then my other thirsty crushes right now, because we're such a news junkie right now, keeping up with everything, is a lot of CNN journalists. So Boris Sanchez does it for me. If
Who?
Boris,
Not Chris Cuomo?
girl, take a seat. Chris Cuomo and his brother need to just like sit themselves. We get it. They're like so I don't like people that are hammy, and Chris Cuomo and his brother, our mayor or governor, are totally that. Sit yourself down. We get it. You had COVID, so did I. But Boris Sanchez, Jeremy Diamond, and I think I have a chance with one of them, Shimon Prokovich, because I've stalked him a little bit. I have these crushes on, like they're like everything to me, and these are my crushes right now. I don't know, Kevin, who you thirsty?
Names so I could look them up. Well, besides the 2 Twitter people that I put out there in the acting world, okay, these are really modern old school, but I'm a big bear. So if I'm in a tussle, you got to be able to take me. I don't mind a shorter, thin guy, but I mean, The Rock. I could never hurt The Rock in bed, or Hugh Jackman, or Joe Manganiello.
You look at him and he hurts you.
I watched something with him the other day. He has blue hair now. It's totally hot on him. Joe Manganiello.
Ooh,
we know.
I love
his body.
But that movie that he's in right now is crap.
Well, I'll watch it with the volume down.
Joe's movie right now that he put out where he's like a superhero, but like not the non-superhero. I wanted to watch it and like it. It's crap.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry, but but I love the blue hair. And okay, Cody, who do you got for us?
So we talk about him a lot. Michael B. Jordan will always be my heart. He's so gorgeous.
Now. Yes.
You said it. That was what came to my mind. Henry Golding, he's in a movie called Monsoon that I really want to see. And Kumail Nanjiani. Do you know who that is?
Say that again. I got wet.
Kumail Nanjiani. He's going to be in the new Eternals movie. He was a comedian before. He wasn't that fit before, but then for the Eternals movie, he got in such great shape. All my crushes are in action hero movies. So there's that. I wonder why that is, because I'm a total nerd. I think that's why.
I love it. And for people chiming in, Blake, yes, you can always be a guest on our show. I think that's what you're asking. I can't really see very well. Vivian loves Boris. Yes, isn't he hot? Love. And Blake says, speaking of CNN, Shimon, oh my God. Oh, good. You love him too?
Yeah.
I love Shimon Prokopets. Yes. I follow him right now. And I was actually thinking about going to Nashville to find Shimon since he was oh my God. Okay, Blake. I haven't gone that far, but good for you. Report back. I want to hear it. Matt, I'm over here looking at all these names. Yes. Oh my God. All right, Kevin Thomas, we can let's remind everybody how we can follow you. And when does your show come out every week on YouTube?
On Sundays. The funny thing is, when the pandemic started, I started my at-home film festival, #at-home film festival. But I first did 61 movie reviews, one a day. Oh my God, this thing will never end. So anyway, I do it weekly. I always have a theme for the week. I do it on Sunday. I try to do 7 movies. Sometimes I go over, like right now. But You could follow. You could find me on YouTube, Real Kev. I'm Real Kev every place. I'm real in real life, but on social media, I'm REELKEV.
And we'll
Yes.
post everything and all links on tagspodcast.com tomorrow. Thank you so much, Kevin. As always, I'm going to check out some of these web series that you mentioned, and of course the movies you mentioned. So thank you so much for joining the show.
You're absolutely welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I'm hoping I can come to Palm Springs in 2021 when your film festival is back up and running. I hope it is.
Me too. It'd be a go for 2020.
It'll a go for 2021. Yes.